Derek Beasley.
Well, local high school football coaches and players had their moment in front of the cameras today. Day one of high school media days got underway at Ladd People Stadium.
And Local 15 Stephen Quinn was at media days. He joins us live to tell us how the landscape of high school football in the state will be different this year. Stephen?
Hey, Kim, you know, the takeaway from today's media days is that when it comes to high school football, size definitely matters. This season, the state is introducing a new class for the state's biggest high schools. Those schools in our area will compete in Region 1 of this new classification, and here is how it shakes down. Foley and Fairhope High School, as you see there, will jump across the bay to play the largest schools in Mobile County that were previously in Class 6A. Now, the move is designed to provide a fairer playing field for schools in both 6A and that new 7A classification. Now, those classifications are determined by total student enrollment. The new system does have one hitch that has made scheduling difficult for some of those teams.
You have some regions in the state with 7 teams, some with 9, and the majority with 18 regions. And so matching up those off weeks was a little bit difficult. Finding, you know, for us, for example, we got week 10 as a non-region week. There may be 6 or 8 teams in the state with that same non-region week that could match up.
And that has forced some schools like St. Paul to look outside of their state to schedule those non-region games. We'll have more reaction from coaches coming up in our next hour. Guys, back to you.
Local 15 weather with Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley.
All you can say is it was hot out there today.
Man, it really was. I went out to try and do some yard work, and I just turned around and said, heck with that.
Yeah, really, you had to get it done early in the
Yeah.
morning because you get out there for about 5 minutes and you're ready to take another shower. It's that
true.
uncomfortable out there. But I have some good news for you. If you've been looking for an end to this humidity, at least a temporary end, it's coming. And it's all associated with this cold front that is moving across the area. Notice these thunderstorms, and these things were severe earlier up in the parts of Clark County. They are not severe now, but really by definition they're not severe, but they're producing a lot of lightning as they push into the Bratton Century areas, crossing over the Florida-Alabama state line. And these storms here in Baldwin County are starting to ramp up a little bit, particularly around Seminole as they track off to the south and east, and these are developing along the sea breeze front. So you've got the cold front producing storms and the sea breeze moving inland, firing off some storms as well. And with it being so hot and humid, there's so much fuel in the atmosphere. That's why these things are producing so much lightning, and the potential there is for some severe weather as well. And you can see if we're going to get any storms here in Mobile, we're going to be watching this area right here because the general storm motion is from northwest to southeast. So something would have to develop back into parts of Wayne towards looks like Perry County and Greene County, Mississippi, to eventually track into sections of George and Mobile County. So we're going to be watching this area right here between Hattiesburg and Chatham for development as it moves into portions of Mobile County over the next couple of hours or so. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect for counties just off to our east. That's Walton County, Florida, points towards the south and east towards Dothan. We're not under any official watches at the present time, but we do have that chance for some severe weather this evening. 93 currently in Mobile, 92 Pensacola, but look at the heat index. This is what it feels like. It was close to 110 in some spots this afternoon. Right now feeling like 105 in Mobile and Gulf Shores. Storm chances will diminish tonight as the cold front starts pushing offshore. Here's the cold front right here. You can see once it moves offshore, all this clear air that you see back here is what we're going to be dealing with for tomorrow. Humidity dropping way low, and we're looking at temperatures perhaps breaking record lows by the middle part of the week. Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, temperatures into the 60s. Here's a look at what you can expect overnight tonight. Front will be offshore by later tonight. Tomorrow, a northerly wind, clouds, sunshine, lower humidity. It's still going to get up to around 90, but it won't be nearly as humid across the area. And it looks like that'll continue into Wednesday, Thursday, so about 3 days of very nice weather across the region with low humidity. Things are starting to heat up in the tropics. We're getting into the Cape Verde season now, and this is Invest 93, which is getting better organized, so we're going to continue to watch it. Still has ways to go here before it gets to the Lesser Antilles, but there's a little bit of dry air out there, but this thing may have a chance of developing. Computer model forecasts take this off to the west and northwest, but a hard turn towards the north. We've had a persistent weather pattern. We've had a dip in the jet stream across the eastern United States. Part of the reason why we're going to see some cool weather this week. And that dip in the jet stream is going to be very persistent even out to 5 to 7 days. So I do think that with that pattern staying in place, it's likely going to keep it away from the eastern portions of the United States. Of course, we have plenty of time to watch it. Forecast for tomorrow at the beach looks good. Rip current risk is going to stay elevated. It was high today. It'll be a little bit better tomorrow, but not much. So we're expecting the rip current risk to stay fairly high or at least elevated tomorrow. UV index will be very high. surf will be flat. Of course, if you want to get the latest forecast or look at the radar on your smartphone, download our weather app, WPMI WX, and you can find it there. 7-day forecast, by the way, it is free. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, temperatures around 90 tomorrow, 60s in the morning. If we hit 65 Wednesday morning, I believe that would break the record low temperatures. So we're looking at near records or possibly breaking records here in the morning for the middle part of the week, so that'll feel good. Humidity and storms will return for the weekend.
Well, as compared to what we had yesterday and today, we are really going to appreciate it. It's going to feel completely different.
Yep, so just a few more hours. Just patience, my friend.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. Hey, say